We used to only really hear about vitamin D deficiency in the wintertime, and it was associated with people who had seasonal affective disorder because of the lack of sunlight. And that's always existed, right? But it wasn't as prevalent as what you hear about today. Often, vitamin D is one of the primary things people are deficient in. And that's really surprising because it's so easy to get vitamin D. It's simply go outside and absorb it in your skin from the sun. It's through your diet and different foods. But despite the access to vitamin D, so many of us are just not getting enough of it. So, vitamin D actually plays a very important role in our overall health. It is essential for strong bones, immune system support, and digestive support, among other body functions. Despite its importance, though, you're finding more and more adults and children are becoming vitamin D deficient. There's so many reasons for it too that I think are just so easy to fix and can change the way that we feel just by addressing the supplement deficiency. So number one, regardless of season, we need natural sunlight. And one of the biggest factors that's contributing to our inability to get enough natural sunlight is that we spend 93% of our time indoors and sedentary. We're sitting on our butts all day inside. So this is not a new trend. We've known this for years. There's been discussions about it with children, particularly, but it's adults too. We need to be outside. We need to be in the sun, absorbing its rays, and getting as much natural sunlight as we can throughout the day. Now, the best time to get your vitamin D deficient exposure through the sun is in the early mornings. Being in the natural sunlight when the sun's coming up and it's radiating through that bright morning sun is perfect for this natural sunlight that we need. Secondly, when we're dealing with seasonal changes, particularly in winter or in areas where the time, the nights come on earlier and sunlight's kind of limited, or you live in a gray, wintry spot, it can be really tough to get natural sunlight. So this is where we particularly run into a problem because we're not getting that true natural sunlight. So things like your light bulbs and more natural light in our spaces become super important. We unfortunately have changed things in our life so much to make them technologically convenient, but in doing so, we have removed some of the basic things we need to support health indoors. Next is I do believe sunscreen is important, but the right sunscreen can help you still get the UVB rays that you need to form vitamin D synthesis in the body. And that balance between sun protection and vitamin D is crucial. You don't want something that's going to block out getting in the UVB rays because then you're not getting the benefits you need from being outdoors. I do believe natural sunscreen, a good quality natural one with good ingredients, is pertinent not only for skincare, but for helping the body to absorb those vitamin D rays. Now, as we age, it becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D. Older adults, need that sun exposure, but they need to improve sun protection. But we also need dietary sources to maintain appropriate vitamin D levels. And this is where good quality vitamin D supplementation and through diet is so important. Now, your skin color actually says a lot about your vitamin D absorption as well. And having, darker skin that contains more melanin reduces the body's ability to absorb vitamin D. So here too, we may find the need for supplementation and dietary sources for our vitamin D supplement. Now, obesity plays a role in how vitamin D gets put into the body. The more overweight you are, the less bioavailability vitamin D has, and you are more likely to be deficient in it. I think this is one of the leading reasons why so many people are vitamin D deficient, is because we have an obesity problem in our country. And, that's a tough problem to solve, right? Individually and as a society. But we have to be realistic in what that is costing us to eat these processed foods and lab generated meats and things that are not natural, and what that is doing to our body, to our cell structure, to the obesity problem that we experience in this country, and what it's doing for our ability to absorb vitamins and minerals when we do eat good healthy foods or we do take good quality supplements. It's a very complex problem, but it's one that we have to unravel for the benefit of our health. Now, my biggest advice is the indoor lifestyle that we've all become accustomed to. We have to break up with that and start incorporating back in real natural practices that support our body's need for vitamin D. I promise you, it is used in so many functions that you cannot have enough vitamin D. And with the deficiency that we see in so many people, I think it's important that we really take a realistic view of what is causing this deficiency and proactively start addressing those causes so that we can rebuild our health. For your vitamin D support, set up time with me at dragonspitapothecary.com.